Hey, Sean here. I hope you're all doing great. Please like and subscribe, and let's just get straight into this. Valheim has been a runaway success since it launched during the start of 2021. The game has sold millions of copies, even though it seemed to come out of nowhere, and all while being still an early access title. For what it is, Valheim offers great value at the price it released at. What sets Valheim apart from its competition is its unique retro art style, which is deceptive, as there is a lot still going on graphically. It doesn't follow the same aggressive grind pattern that other survival games do, like Ark for example. There's a massive focus on exploration and cooperation, as opposed to the player versus player mentality a lot of these games share. It had a decent amount of features and polish during launch, something a lot of these early access titles don't usually have. The biggest difference being the development team for Valheim is very small, and nowhere near on the scale of other games in the same genre. It's honestly impressive how much they've managed to achieve, and is obviously a result of how passionate they are about the game itself. The game development has been slower than other games in the same vein for obvious reasons, but even then, it might not align with other people's expectations as to the amount of content that has been released. In the age of constant connectivity, it's easy to get your opinion across at the touch of a button, and this has been made clear through the Twitter comments and the Steam reviews. There are some very dissatisfied players, mainly with how the game is developing. While there are a lot of people who are happy and understanding of how the game is progressing, there are a lot who expected leaps and strides in terms of content development this year, especially considering the amount of copies sold, which people do think equals progress, but it really doesn't. In game development, things don't always progress in a linear fashion, and it's understandable to be somewhat skeptical considering the state of other games in this genre. DayZ, for example, never lived up to the hype it created and floundered for years before removing its early access tag. It still feels almost aimless and lacking almost everywhere. Ark progressed, churning out as many paid maps as possible, but stubbornly ignoring much of its performance and cheating issues for years. I remember being hyped for Ark, but after constantly battling with cheaters and poor performance, I started to resent it, and it became a chore to play. Things can and often do take longer than people estimate, but with a small team that's passionate about the game, it's understandable why this can happen. Quality does take time. The fantastic sales have bought this team time to be able to polish this product further. As it stands though, there is a lot of content already in this game, and I feel a lot of this content simply needs refining and tuning. The game already contains numerous bosses for people to conquer, solo or as a team, and the seeded map spawns allow for near limitless exploration, something which a lot of these other survival games don't actually do. The appeal of these kinds of games are always primarily aimed at the exploration and development of things like building a base. Valheim allows for both of these by the boatload. Of course, I want these updates as quickly as possible for things like building, but what the game has now is actually quite decent. If the developers simply abandoned the game for an extended period of time, then sure, that outrage is surely justified, but as long as it continues to evolve, even as slowly as it is now, then that isn't so bad. And like a lot of other games, Valheim seems to be going in the right direction without many missteps. I've seen a lot of people saying that the developers have taken the money and run with it, and rolled back on planned updates. I don't see how they've taken the money and run. If anything, the money has allowed them to be able to take their time with the planned updates. The game so far has been very much focused on balances and tweaks, something a lot of other games like Ark didn't do until far into the game development cycle. It made the game difficult and unpleasant to play, and I'm more than glad that this won't be the case with Valheim. Give the game more time, and if the game doesn't deliver down the line, then the outrage is completely warranted. A few months into development doesn't warrant this reaction. It's understandable to be weary, as lots have been burnt by early access, but I'm sure patience will be rewarded with a quality, feature-complete game. One thing is for sure, a lot of us have got hundreds of hours of content from the small price we've paid now. It's completely possible that this frustration aimed at the developers is a result of burnout from those players. It's okay to go and play something else while you wait for new content. Don't burn yourself out before the developers get to the good stuff. Overall though, I do think the developers should feel some pressure of responsibility from the large sale figures, but I don't think they should cave into the demands of faster content to appease impatience. Quality over quantity any day. The game will get there when it needs to be, but it will take time. I for one will be looking forward to that. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments what your favourite part of this game is. If you haven't played Valheim yet, have you played any other survival games and what are your thoughts on those? I'll see you all next time. Take care.